The history of the American continent predates the formation of the United States of America. The first people to settle in the American continent migrated from Eurasia and settled around 30,000 years ago. These early inhabitants were called the Paleoamericans. The land bridge known as Beringia connected Siberia to North America during the Ice Age, and people migrated across it until 10,000 years ago, when a glacial period ended and the land bridge became submerged by the rising ocean. Over time, the Paleoamericans formed tribes and nations and created their own culture, giving rise to interesting civilizations such as the Adena culture, Iroquois culture, Coles Creek culture, Pueblo culture, and Mississippian culture. The history of Hawaii is also unique and different. The land was first inhabited by Polynesian people between the 1st and 10th centuries AD. European colonization began in the 15th century, with the Spanish establishing colonies in islands such as Cuba, Puerto Rico, and Hispaniola. France founded colonies in eastern North America, a number of Caribbean islands, and small coastal parts of South America. Portugal colonized Brazil, and the eastern seacoast was settled primarily by English colonists in the 17th century, along with a much smaller number of Dutch and Swedes. The first successful English colony, Jamestown, was established in 1607 on the James River in Virginia. By the 18th century, the American colonies were growing rapidly, and as a result of low death rates along with ample supplies of land and food, this attracted a heavy flow of immigrants. The tobacco and rice plantations imported African slaves for labor from the British colonies in the West Indies, and by the 1770s, African slaves comprised a fifth of the American population. The question of independence from Britain did not arise as long as the colonies needed British military support against the French and Spanish powers. However, tensions escalated in the late 1760s and early 1770s when the British Parliament passed the Stamp Act of 1765, imposing taxes on the colonies without going through the colonial legislatures. As tensions escalated, the Boston Tea Party in 1773 marked the start of the Revolution.